for kindred to seek out each other's weaknesses and strengths and attack them in all new ways. Imagine following an elder who is preparing for a grand coup at the next conclave. Tracking his victims, managing to see what they do, could give you expectations of what disciplines they're starting up. Imagine a computer game, how much you can do with the idea that not every human is the same. But most importantly, it brings us to making mortals and humans much more than blood bags. They are victims, they are humans, they have emotions, and they are the emotions that fuel you and grow you. This might seem as a given idea in vampires, but it's something that has been very little explored. And we see a lot of potential in seeing what new systems we can grow from this for a wide variety of products. Looking deeper into a place that has been blank, maybe too private for the vampires to talk about earlier, and explore that further. We want to do the same things with the change, with the hubris of being a mage. Look at the core aspects in the places that we don't talk about them as much, and make them vibrant and playable. Playable for you. Because that is ultimately what this world of darkness is. It's your world of darkness. I remember the first time I heard about your connected continent or even globe-spanning chronicle, sometimes in the mid-90s in Sweden, and I dreamed of this glorious moment when the whole world would be networked in chronicles and you could go anywhere and everything would be tracked, and we would then White Wolf would write the modules after what happened in the different fan events, and it would be ours. We could control the politics together. We could control the global state of the Camarilla and the Sabbat War. We could detail who is Prince where, and leaving personal arcs to the main metaplot characters. Maybe it's not a good idea to have Theo Bell sweep in and save the world every time, because that is up to you. You are the main character. In the metaplot going forward, you will be all in the center. This is something that you did and you taught us. So we want to take the consequences of that. How could that work? So for most of my career, I worked with telling stories across a number of different media formats. TV series connected to live-action role-playing events and alternate reality games that pretend to be real online that seamlessly mesh with the story. This screenshot is from a show called The Spiral. It was a 6-country co-production about a group of radical artists who stole 6 masterpieces and baited the players along a breadcrumb trail to inspire them to make their own art. You could either engage it by playing a part of an artist collective, which was a LARP, that were filmed and then cut into the TV series. So certain pivotal scenes were decided by the LARPers in there. Or you could hunt for the paintings, follow a bizarre trail of breadcrumbs, and find them physically. These paintings were Rembrandts and Picassos and so on, and there was a bit of production machinery in getting 6 museums to do it, but they took down the paintings from the walls and actually hid them in cellars, so they were gone when the players went to the museums.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
For every time I worked with a project like this, I wished it was World of Darkness. Every time I patterned it on the model of World of Darkness, because this property is made to do this. No matter the size of the properties I worked with Tim Kring or Joss Whedon, I've always wanted to do that instead, you know? Because now, in this time, we can come together and we can tell one unified story of the world of darkness. Maybe there's a button on your browser that you click and you're in the World Wide Web of Darkness, where the news on CNN are replaced by an elder's villa being burned down or gruesome news about the new cartel rising. This could be the expression of actions performed by individual clubs, or the result of long-running official tabletop campaigns in the style of DM's Guild and so on. This could be the results of pulling data from every single player in the computer games. This could be your individual voices responding to the world of darkness. We want the big politics of the world of darkness to be yours, and not a little handful of glorious metaplot characters whose fate we will continue to follow, but from a much more personal perspective. So we want to give the world of darkness to you. Think back to that very first time you played Vampire, to those very early nights, when you walked home from a game through a night city gripped by fear and let your mind wander. What if it was all real? What if we can transmit that impulse to a whole world and have them open their eyes to the glorious treasure that we built together? Let's make the sun go down all over the world. This night will last forever. Blood and souls.